So thank you for having me on. I am
You're
Steve
welcome.
Hall from Revive Stronger. Revive Stronger is a content creator and an online coaching platform. So we have the podcast ourselves. We also have a blog and then various kind of social media channels. I do quite a lot on Instagram and things. We have myself, Pascal Floor, which are kind of the head of. We also do seminars. We're having a few people over this year quite
Yeah.
soon. Have a coach through Miguel Blacut, and we also have Ryan Solomon, who is an intern at Revive. So we have a whole team, which is really cool. I'm also a natural bodybuilder, so I've competed in 2 seasons and done pretty well for myself. I'm pretty happy with how I've been able to manage and transform my physique. And that's what we're all about, really, is helping people who really want to transform their physique in a really positive way. Not always competitors, but people who take it very, very seriously. So that's kind of a bit of a brief background behind Revive Stronger and myself and the team.
You do a lot of podcasts on your channel, but have you been on some podcasts like on other channels?
So yeah, I've been on. I'm surprised how many podcasts there really are. There's loads. So I've actually
Yeah.
been on. I must have been on almost 20 different podcasts now, but no kind of consistent appearances on any. So yeah, it's surprising to be invited on to so many podcasts, but at the same time, I love it. It's really nice to be able to share and talk, and if people find value in it, then it's amazing.
By the way, congratulations on the London, if I'm not mistaken, seminar coming up with Dr. Mike Israel.
So yeah, this is the fourth time I think we've had Mike over. I brought him over, yeah, years ago, and that's kind of where a lot of things grew, and that relationship kind of grew as well, which is
Yeah.
great. But yeah, we have Mike, James, and Gabrielle coming over on the 11th and 12th of May, which is like a few weeks away now, which is exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing the publication. I'm just like, I have lots of envy because I can't go right now
Ah,
with the
yeah.
exams and everything.
It's tricky. The good thing is, and your listeners might be interested in this. We're recording it, so there will be a sale of what they're going through, which, and then yeah,
Perfect.
we'll have a pre-sale at some point, so that'll be the best price. But yeah, the information they put out ever since having Mike over the first time with James, actually, that was the first time they came over. I was blown away. It was stuff I'd never heard before, and I was like, wow, I have to get these guys. Kind of, I have to spread their knowledge more, and that's
Yeah.
kind of where the podcast almost spawned.
Okay. So about spreading the knowledge, what do you think about stretching between exercises? Like the latest study, people are just going crazy with this one.
This is fantastic that you've asked me this because I literally interviewed Mena Henselmans earlier today, and someone submitted a question asking this same thing. So
Yeah.
I've now heard the guys in mass, their review of the study. I've forgotten what it's called, monthly applications of strength sport or something along those lines, which is fantastic. So I've heard their point of view, their roundtable, and their review of that study. I've also seen the study. I've heard Menno's view on it now,
Yeah.
and I've kind of spoken to Mike about it a little bit before. So in many ways, because I am a practitioner, I'm not a researcher. I very much rely on these experts who are researchers and experts in their field to kind of almost diagnose it for me and give me an understanding of where things are. So as far as I'm concerned right now, this is something that I think a lot of people are losing their minds over, and they're paying too much credence to a single study. We don't have many studies. Most of the studies on stretching are not favorable in terms of it for strength and hypertrophy outcomes. Typically, stretching studies show that if you end up stretching too long, you actually see a down regulation in performance because you
Yeah.
can't see such good power output and things like this, which is less mechanical tension, less growth overall. In this study, that wasn't what happened. So in this study, it was actually favorable. So they were stretching in between sets, not aggressively for short periods of time. And the trouble with it was that, I mean, it's one study. And Menno pointed out within our podcast today, and they didn't point this out in the review, was that it wasn't standardized particularly well, in that the guys that were stretching were doing the same amount of volume as the people that were not stretching. And so the stretching is going to create some fatigue. And so to equate volume, the guys who
Yeah.
weren't stretching may have been able to do more. They may have felt able to recover from more volume and therefore seen equal growth as the guys who stretched. So it's kind of difficult. It's like, well, what's the stretching doing? Is it attributing to mechanical tension? Is it kind of metabolite pump build up, blood kind of pooling in the muscle? And we're seeing some of that. So at the moment, it's not something that I will be kind of putting into people's programs, because I think it could quite easily go the wrong way, and we haven't got sufficient evidence to support using it yet. I think it's exciting and I'm glad to see it, but I need more to kind of really say yes or no. I think I heard Eric kind of talk a little about how he might, if he was going to get someone to do it, he'd say potentially at the end of the day or the end of your session, do some stretching. But that's as far as he'd really want to go with it. I know some other people, like in dog crap training, Dante Trudell, they're quite heavy on kind of stretching, but that's quite different to what was within the study, and we don't have anything to watch they're doing and studies on how far they've taken it. So yeah, that's kind of the summation of my thoughts right now.
Jeff Nippert said he stretches between sets in the compound exercises, but not the accessory ones. And actually just today, Mike Israel posted a photo on Instagram, and the caption was like, for all the people asking me about this, I do stretch between exercises. It's called full range of motion.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe I agree with Dr. Mike. I don't know about you.
I think it's, yeah, when I've talked to Mike about his view on the kind of extreme stretching that you might do in dog crap, where you kind of hit lots of sets to failure, and then on the last set, you're like, if it was a bench press, and you do like a fly and you hold that kind of extreme stretch position, he's always said, it's a weighted stretch. That's full range of motion training. Like, you should be doing that anyway. So I like that idea, because that's kind of supports comfortable, easy, not comfortable, easy, but it falls in line with what we should be doing in our training anyway. And it's not like another thing we have to think about. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I'm kind of with Mike on that.
Yeah. Okay. Now